So hey guys, this is Michelle. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to deal with self-doubt. Now understand this guys, I have had more than my share of moments where I was unsure about myself. I was unsure on my abilities and skills and the experience that I had in the past to pull a job in front of me. Okay, now let's first understand what's a self-doubt is. What's really happening inside your brain when you're doubting yourself and you're doubting your skills and abilities. You are not sure if you have the skills and the experience to pull a certain job off. You don't know how to respond or react in a meeting. You are not sure if you have the right amount of skills to close the deal. You are doubting your abilities. And everyone, it doesn't matter what level you are playing, okay? You might be making millions and billions of dollars and you still have a healthy level of self-doubt. Now understand that what's the opposite of self-doubt? The opposite of self-doubt is self-confidence. Now imagine you are hanging out with a person who's always sure of himself. There's nothing that you can tell him that he doesn't know. Would you like to hang out with a person who has all the answers for all the big problems in the world? That person is arrogant. We call the people sociopath. Understand this, if you just honestly believe that you know everything, no one can teach you anything new, then you are at a massive risk. You're doing a massive disservice to yourself. You're never ever going to push the boundaries. You're never ever going to work on your abilities. You are never going to work on your weaknesses. Okay, and sooner or later it's going to make you obsolete in the marketplace. So it's okay to have a certain level of self-doubt. Understand this before we get inside the main topic, that there's nothing that I'm going to say in the video, no amount of convincing is going to completely eliminate your self-doubt. You need certain level of self-doubt. It's okay to doubt your abilities and skills. That's how you're gonna keep pushing the boundaries. I just want to give you 4 simple ideas so you can deal with the self-doubt more effectively. Number 1 is you need to define what confidence looks like for you when you are doubting yourself. Okay, when you are in doubt, what you are doing is you are doubting your abilities to pull certain things off. Okay, confidence is not that you have all the answers in the world, okay? You are the most knowledgeable person in the room. Confidence is simply your personal belief that you will figure things out. Anytime you're gonna do something for the first time, you're gonna struggle. Every time you're stepping in the unknown, you're gonna have feelings of anxiety. That's okay. If you can tell yourself that you're always figure things out, right? For example, my parents had massive anxiety around the technology and the internet because they did not grow up with the internet. They did not grow up with the YouTube. They did not grow up with the Facebook or Instagram. So every time someone asked them to do something on the internet, they would get confused. For example, when I started my consulting business, I have never recorded one single video of mine before that time. Right? So I didn't know how to record a video. I didn't know how to edit the video, but I had the confidence that I can figure this thing out. Now understand this. When I was in college, one of my biggest fear was speaking in front of the public. I couldn't speak, raise my opinion with more than 5 people, right? But what happens when you keep your mouth shut in a classroom, other people start to assume that you don't know any better. They start taking for granted, and I hated that feeling. Okay, so I promised myself that okay, I'm gonna participate in a debate competition the next year. Okay, and now understand this, I had this massive anxiety issue around speaking in front of public. I am an introverted guy, right? But then I was so sick and tired of my limitation of not expressing my opinions that I participated in debate competition. Now, I was also aware that I don't know how to speak English. Now, I'm signing up to speak in front of 800 people. So what I did, I started practicing the script, the speech that I was going to do 1 month before the competition. I had practiced that script hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And when you practice one particular skill unrelentlessly, what happens? You start to gain the confidence. With the confidence, those doubts, that insecurity is going to go down. Confidence comes from building up a skill. And the moment you start working on the skill and you start getting some momentum, the self-doubt goes down. Number 2 is act in spite of the feelings that you are going through. Understand this, inaction breeds doubt and fear. action breeds confidence. I remember when I first started my business, I had to sort of deal with these clients. They were making more money than I ever made in my entire lifetime. I was 31 years old at the time, and my clients' average age was around 45 to 50. So they were more accomplished people. So I had major doubts if I'll be able to deliver what I said that I was going to deliver, right? So I had my doubts, but then I still moved forward. I took action in spite I had those feelings. I remember when I was working as a regional marketing manager, one of the first things I used to do is I used to hold a meeting every single day. And some of the days I was not sure that what I was going to say in the meeting, how I'm going to inspire and motivate and guide them so they can focus. But sometimes, even though I had those moments where I was doubting, I would just step inside the room, I own the room, and I just say what I had to say. When you believe those doubts as a reality, that's where you are feeding those doubts more, right? It doesn't matter, I said it in the beginning, I'm gonna say it again, it doesn't matter what level that you are playing. At some stage you're feeling like a fraud. At some stage you're gonna feel that you're an imposter. That imposter gets activated when you listen to that weak voice in your head, which suggests that you don't have the right talent, you don't have the right skills, you don't have the right context, or you don't have the right experiences. But the moment you take action, and move forward in spite of what you're feeling, that imposter syndrome goes down a little bit. Number 3 is get a map. You need to have a plan of action. Understand this. When you set a goal, okay, it's gonna get you excited. When you put your vision out there, it's gonna get your people excited. But understand this, that is step number 1. If you don't know what steps you have to take on a regular basis to get to the level, again, you're stepping into the unknown. You don't know what you gotta do every single day in order to get there. This happens in a sales-driven organization all the time. Sales leader get people excited about the goal, about the vision. But then their people don't know what steps they have to take on a regular basis to get there. When you don't know what you need to do, you don't have a structure. Understand this, when you have a structure, it creates a healthy employee, it creates a healthy human being. And the moment you start following those steps, you start to see some results here and there. And with the results come momentum. With the momentum comes confidence. So it doesn't matter how big of a goal or mammoth of a goal that you have. If you don't know, if you don't have a clear map, your structure around your goal, that's going to create a lot of anxiety. Clearly, you're going to have a lot of doubts about yourself and your ability to produce those results. Number 4 is setting the intention beforehand. If your mood is predicated on other people's reaction to what you just said, then you are always at the mercy of other people, right? If you don't set the intention, if you do not set the tone beforehand, the other people get to dictate how you're going to feel. Let's say that you start your work around 9 o'clock and at 9:05 you get a call from your client and you are having this one of those, the most uncomfortable conversation with your client. Now you're gonna feel worthless. Now you're feeling that you're not doing your job. And that emotion is going to dictate the rest of the day. But obviously you're gonna doubt your abilities to perform. Let's say that you set the intention before you start your day. You decide that today you're gonna act courageously. You're gonna take actions in spite of how you feel. In spite of the meeting that you have in the morning, you're not gonna let other people control your mood, right? You are going to control the narratives. So it doesn't matter what kind of a conversation you are having with the client, or you had a really unpleasant meeting with your boss, you're not gonna let any of those things gonna ruin your mood. So these are the 4 points that you better keep in mind when you're going through some of those weak moments, when you're doubting your abilities. So just to recap before I let you go, number 1 is you need to define for yourself what confidence means to you. Number 2 is you have to move forward in spite of those weak emotions. In action breeds doubts and fear. Action breeds confidence. Number 3 is you need to get a map. You need to get a structure around your goals so you can achieve the momentum. With momentum, it's going to come confidence. And last but not the least, you got to set the intention beforehand. That's my time, guys. I hope you like the content. Now, before I let you go, I need to ask you a super quick favor. If you like the content and if you resonated with anything that I said, it would mean world to me. If you share this video, like this video, hit the bell icon so you receive the notification every time I'm coming up with a new video every week. And yes, please subscribe to this channel. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you next time. Boom.